Topic title for today, self-care and building your business. This is self-care for business owners, network marketers, and really how to balance health and wellness with business demands. Now, because I'm married, because I have 6 kids, this is something I can definitely speak on and hopefully help you guys out who maybe either have a family, maybe less children, maybe you don't have a significant other, or maybe you're just by yourself. And so I want to talk about self-care and how to help you guys be able to emotionally be well as you're building your business, because the reality is things can get stressful. A lot of anxiety, sadness, depression, all those kind of things can, especially for those who are entrepreneurs. And so I want to talk about this today, about how to excel but not break, and how to maintain your mental well-being while excelling in network marketing while building your team. Now, when I say network marketing, I realize people watching this on the social media, not everyone does that. You have a different kind of business or you have a job or whatever. So I'm talking about excelling in life, not just the business. But for those who are actually building a business, have a team, this is what I want to talk about, really how it can be done, how can you keep your health, how can you keep your relationships on the come up. This is what I want to talk about today. Like basically, how can you keep your family and still become successful, or still become a millionaire, or not get out of shape, or lose your relationship, getting divorced on the way to success. So I want to talk about some of these things today. I came up with my own definition on self-care, and it's activities and practices you engage in to maintain your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. This is taking deliberate action to take care of yourself. So I want to give you guys some steps on how to do this. Now let's talk about physical self-care first. Exercise is one of the things that I've personally done that for me, literally I'd put it almost right up there with prayer. That's how important it is, because it affects my whole life. It affects my attitude. It affects the way I treat my spouse, my kids, my business partners, and stuff like that. Exercise, taking care of myself physically. I know that people will not respect me as much if I'm not taking care of myself. Now, it doesn't mean that they wouldn't respect me, but it means they'll respect me more simply because I am in good health. Guys, you're a walking, moving billboard every single day. Now, as I have gone up in age, I'm turning 44 in June, proper nutrition is key. Now, in years past, I just kind of ate how I wanted, but these days, I do 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons of water a day. I make sure that I'm eating the right foods. I don't eat perfect, but I stay away from a lot of the junk, because I look at this as fuel. What you put into your body affects what comes out of your body, okay? Meaning just the way that you act, the way that you feel, the way you behave. Now, when I say adequate sleep, this one is huge. So when I was, and this is story time real quick, when I was about 37, I had gone a 10-year period where I'd wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning. It's basically, hey, sleep is for people who are broke, team no sleep, like that kind of mentality. And I came downstairs at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was going to do my normal personal development of reading books and listening to audios and stuff like that. I got out my oatmeal, as it was my normal morning routine, and I sat down. I just felt sick to my stomach. And I knew it wasn't sick from the oatmeal or just any kind of physical sickness. I felt sick because I was not getting enough sleep. Sleeping on average maybe 5 hours a night, which is it's just not enough. Now, people can argue with me, but the science says otherwise. And remember, I said to myself, I can't do this anymore. From then on, I started setting my alarm for like 6 a.m., 6:30, and things like that. Ever since that time, I've had people tell me that I look younger. It's because I'm actually getting more sleep and I take care of myself. So I cannot even tell you many more things in my life right now that is more important than sleep. And I'm not kidding. So if I was to give you guys any recommendation on self-care, guys, you need adequate sleep. No amount of money or success will be worth dying early from a stroke or a heart attack because you didn't take care of your physical health. Think about it. Is it worth losing your health to become successful? The answer is no. Remember, Zig Ziglar said, if on my way to success that I had to say, you basically goodbye to my health, he said, I'd say no, thank you. And I totally agree. So physical self-care, guys, you got to take care of yourself physically. Please take care of yourselves physically, because you will find later in life this becomes vitally important. Now, emotional self-care. Look, not everyone believes in prayer, meditation, things like that. So this is something I know for myself, whether you meditate or pray or whatever it is that you do, that I call it pondering. It's thinking, it's getting into deep thought. And whether it's talking to God or just kind of in deep thought about your life, that pondering is a way to take care of yourself and kind of be thinking through things. Think about activities that bring joy. So one of the activities that brings joy for me is doing stuff with my kids. I take my kids on dates every week. I've done so for nearly 14 years now. Take them to their sports games, practices, and all that. I really enjoy those activities, like playing with them, playing sports and all that, okay? That brings me joy. Seeking support from friends and family. Here's the reality. When you're doing this and you're on the come up, you're an entrepreneur, you're building your business, you're trading, whatever it is that you do, a lot of times you're not going to have support. But there are people that will support you. And so I would align yourself with people who support you on the way to success. Not the naysayers, not the haters, not the critics. You don't need any more of those people around, okay? And then this last one is possible mental health professional. I realize with everything that's going on today, some people do need professional help and therapy and things like that. That's totally fine. It's okay. I realize that in some situations, having that professional help can be very helpful. So that's some ideas on emotional self-care. Now, on mental self-care. So for myself, reading. Now, not everyone is into reading, right? And today we're consuming information through videos and TikTok and Instagram and Reels and all that. But reading is one of those things that I really enjoy, like seeing words on the page, being able to mark things, take some notes. So that's something that I really enjoy doing in my downtime. And when I say reading, I'm usually reading stuff that's uplifting, stuff that's going to improve my mindset, okay? Listening to audios. If you guys were to spend 24 hours with me, you would see how much I listen to audios and things like that. Podcasts, YouTube shorts, YouTube talks, like stuff like that. I am constantly listening to growth material. I rarely listen to music. Now, I'm not telling you to not listen to music, but I rarely listen to music. I listen to audios that are either going to educate me, like teach me something, or inspire me. Hobbies. I have a hobby. I like to buy and sell sports memorabilia. I just do it as a hobby. Now, I actually make really good money with it, but it's a hobby. You may have some hobbies. Think about right now. I mean, look, some of you have been so tired from work and life. The things that used to bring you joy, they no longer bring you. Isn't that kind of interesting? You're like, am I depressed? Like the stuff that you used to enjoy doing, these hobbies, you no longer enjoy doing it. You just feel like you outgrew them. Maybe find something that you enjoy doing, even if it's just on the side, like a side hobby. And it doesn't matter if you make any money with it. Learn a new skill. This is what I'm doing all the time. I know that when I am trading, that I can learn some type of new strategy or skill that's going to help to improve my life. So think about always being a student, always growing, always improving. So you're always learning new things. You're never capping in your knowledge base. A lot of people, they kind of cap after college. If they graduate college, they don't really read any more books, listen to more audios. They kind of stop learning. So it's important to be learning new skills. Become a student of the game, okay? I want to give you guys some nuggets. And this is stuff I've learned over the years. You cannot pour into others when you yourself are depleted. Like you can't give chicken if all you have is macaroni and cheese. You have got to fill yourself up first. It's no different than on the airplane when they say that you got to put the oxygen mask on yourself first in order to take care of somebody else. And what I find is that a lot of people, they do pour into others, but they themselves are empty. The people around you, the team that you serve, they need the best version of you. You can't serve people very well when you are not taking care of yourself. This is what I've found. Because like if you're on 20%, you got like fuel at 20%, you just don't operate as well. Okay, and this is why the self-care part and taking yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually, right? It's really, really important to fill yourself up in order for you to be able to take care of others. Look, your serving is great. You're putting others first. The intention is great, but the people are not getting the best version of you. They need the healthy version of you. So you're staying in a relationship that you know that you should not be in. You're not growing. You're staying in a job that you know that you don't belong in. You have no passion, no desire. Whenever you think about going to that job, it almost makes you sick. This is important to be, again, I am giving you some things to think about that is going to help you do a better job of taking care of yourself. Look, sometimes we just need some quiet time. This means time to reflect, time to ponder. Remember I was talking about pondering before? Time to reevaluate our lives, time to make adjustments, time to take an audit of your life, your business, your goals. I do this on Sunday. I take time to reevaluate. How did the week go? How am I feeling? And then I'm thinking about the next week. So every Sunday is kind of a reset for me to ponder, to reevaluate, to make some adjustments. Now, you need to take time for the important things in life. Okay? Creating more focus on the things that are important. Eliminate the things that are not. For some of you, it's just too much social media, too many apps. You need to delete some apps, right? You're taking up a lot of time doing things, frankly, that are just not important. Okay? And so again, that's why I say you create more focus on the things that are important. And I want to be real here just for a second with you guys, and I hope you can appreciate this. Because I like to speak transparently here, not hype you guys. If you want to know how to get great self-care, how to have great self-care, just go create results, man. The faster that you start making progress, the better you are going to feel, because progress equals happiness. And so instead of thinking about it, you just go and do it. And so for me, I don't do just a ton of thinking. I do way more acting than I do thinking. And so progress, moving the needle of your business and your life, is vital for you guys to feel better about yourself. You know what I find is a lot of people who are kind of down and sad and all. What is it that Arnold Schwarzenegger said in his documentary? He goes, "You just don't work enough." And I totally agree. You're just not doing enough, man. You say that you're overwhelmed. He said you just don't work enough. And what we focus on grows. If we focus on down thoughts, we will stay down. If you're talking about how much you're tired of your marriage, tired of work, tired of this and that, guess how you're going to feel? Exactly as your words say. Your physical body, your psychology, your physiology is going to feel the way you do with the words that you say. So you focus on great things. Guys, I focus on abundance. Now, I get negative thoughts like anybody else. I have down and sad thoughts too. I just don't focus on those things though. Whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you focus on expands. Stop focusing on and talking about all the things that you don't like. All right? Now, here's another thought. Self-care is giving your team the best of you instead of what's left of you. You're giving them the loaf of bread, not the crumbs. Loaf of bread, not the crumbs. Your spouse deserves the loaf of bread, not the worst part of you, not the end of the day part of you. Your team deserves the loaf of bread. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times we're kind of giving the people that we love the most the crumbs of us. Okay? I want to give you guys some action steps, and I want to end with this. What can I start doing today to work on my physical health? Just even one thing. And by the way, I'm going to give you guys access to the recording of this, plus I'll give you the PDF. You guys will have all this so that you don't forget anything I talked about. But what can I start doing today to work on my physical health? And think about the things I talked about on physical health. What can I start doing today to work on my emotional health? Even one thing. What can I start doing today to work on my mental health? These are very important, because the reality, guys, is it's very simple as this. You cannot consistently perform in a manner that's inconsistent with the way you see yourself. If you don't see yourself a certain way, your self-esteem, self-worth, self-image, etc., you're not going to perform well. And that's the dang truth. write down ideas and start doing those things. It's not enough to just take notes. They say, note takers are money makers. Well, kind of. The people that actually take the action on the notes, yes. The quickest way to have better self-care is to start getting results. Focus on progress. Now, you're not always going to be making progress, but focus on making progress. Move the needle. Remove the distractions. If you guys find that whether it's TV or apps or whatever, you got to start deleting certain things. Do things that move you toward the standards and goals that you have for your life. Remember what Tony Robbins talked about? He said, you don't always get your goals. You always get your standards. It's the standard by which you live by that you will not accept less. He said, a lot of us have shoulds. I should do this. I should do that. And we're shitting all over ourselves, right? He said, it's not should, it's a must. I must lose the weight. I must go chairman. I must become successful. I must have a 7-figure trading account. You see what I'm saying? You do things that move you toward the standards and the goals that you have for your life. Guys, this is self-care for network marketers, for entrepreneurs. This is how to balance your health and wellness with business demands. I realize a lot of you right now, you are very busy and you are overwhelmed in your life. I get it. I understand, because I've been there too, and I have days like that. I hope that what I've recommended is giving you at least a few things that you can do to start feeling better emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually in your life. This is training number 287. This is Brandon Boyd. I hope that you guys have a fantastic week. We'll talk soon.